All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Symphogear, Season 5, Episode 2. Holy shit, the visual upgrade we have gotten this season.
Mm-hmm. Like the transformation sequence for Hibiki.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
That was damn good.
Yeah, we've got like all the squad fighting together.
Yep.
This one massive creature abomination thing.
Indeed.
The sarcophagus.
Right.
That has a mummified corpse inside of it.
Uh-huh, so that's going to be interesting. But then we also have some new potential antagonists, but we don't really know too much about them. Two of them were observing the battle, you know.
One did this, which allows them to see closer, you know.
Indeed. Cover your ears, Piglet. Like
this.
Yeah. But then we also had what seemed like the leader spinning out in a sports car. Awesome. But
in Nevada, probably.
Nevada.
Yeah.
And maybe specifically at like Area 51, which would be so awesome.
Yeah, it very much gives me the vibe of that one internet historian video where there was the guy that literally spun around and did donuts in the car to get into a plane to then go to Area 51.
Wait, really?
Yeah, so
That was a thing?
yeah, that was actually a thing that happened in real life. So I'm like, wait a minute.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, this is the Area 51 raid before it was cool.
If we get a Symphogear Area 51 raid, oh my god. I would be able to die happy. Like, yes, it's the perfect thing that you need to do before you go to space to fight the janitors. I mean, the custodians. You know.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Let's
want
go.
That. We want that. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone. Now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below. Then come back here for the discussion.
Holy shit! This is a strong start to a season.
We just took Tsubasa's sword and broke it over the knee. Yeah, that's gonna set her back for a bit. Yeah.
Just a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
wow.
Okay, so
we've got some unknowable kind of antagonists right now that are doing shit that doesn't make sense, but it's as normal. But they're very extreme in their methods. Thus far.
I gotta say, I love that we are getting more showing of what the antagonists are doing rather than like having them sort of give the sort of villain monologues of like, yes, our plan will be awesome, you know. Like, no, we're just seeing them do things and they're horrifying and they must have some kind of plan, but we have no idea what it is. Yeah. And they're winning.
They're winning, yeah.
Like that was a resounding success, even though there were Symphogear users there. Like, yeah. Like this is the what like this feels like the intro to season 1 and season 2 in different ways.
Sure.
Because you've got both had, you know, attacks at concerts, okay.
Yeah.
But like first one, a bunch of people died, traumatizing for Tsubasa, Kanade died, all that stuff, right?
So that's happening here again. Yeah.
Right, exactly. And then in season 2, there was the whole idea of we can threaten the hostages basically that are your fans, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But no. Here, there's no hostage situation. They're just sending a message. Oh my god. And to have that come right after like the fantastic performance, like the similarity to the other two instances, but like it works so well because we can be absolutely wowed and overjoyed by this fantastic display of music and visuals and all of that, and it's just like, holy shit, this is incredible.
In addition to the crazy fight animation that we've been getting, like,
right? Yeah,
this season so far, it's insane.
Like, and as far as the fight animation goes, I don't know anything about animation, but I feel like one of the things that they've been doing that has been specifically blowing me away is how they show close-ups of like some of the aspects of the motion,
the choreography.
Yeah, the choreography, not just like the effects of the fight. You know, the crazy abilities or the things like that.
We're seeing a lot more character body movement. That's really cool.
Exactly.
Really,
there were some really awesome moments, especially in this set of fights, where Tsubasa, it would like have different like perspectives of the shot, like to show her sword or her face, or things like that as she would move around the battlefield.
But especially Kirika and Shirobe. Like,
the Kirika and Shirobe, that was...
I'm Shirobe's best girl in my mind, just in general.
Same.
I loved that stuff. So that was really cool. But having a brutal, goring episode 2, all right, that sets the tone for season 5.
It really
the final
does.
season of Symphogear. So yeah, we're gonna have brutal murders, and I think we have a little bit of an idea as to why this was done, because one of the things that's kind of weird about the enemy's plans thus far is that the two things that we saw them do, one, trying to get basically the mummy, but they failed in that one, and then the other one to rattle Tsubasa. Like, that literally was the goal. There's nothing here that they gain by doing this, in my mind, with the combination of there being the gotcha, seal invasion, go, and some eye ability activates right when she gets really emotionally out of sorts.
Yeah.
So maybe in that moment that she kind of broke, they were able to invade like some aspect of her gear, of her mind, of something like that, and it's planted something that will be called upon later, but it's the, okay, cool, I got my thing in there, I casted my spell, now I'm dipping. I'm out. I don't want to fight them,
And that was
we're weak, And
that was another instance of where we still don't know what exactly it was that did.
Nope.
Right? Like, so much showing, so little exposition, and like even with the 100,000 people that died, I could see theoretically, since they are alchemists, maybe them dying is like a part of a. Now they didn't like absorb them or anything, but yeah, okay, so maybe it's not that they're like, they needed some convenient way to slaughter a large amount of people to feel something.
But also, if they're wanting to just slaughter a bunch of people, you don't have to do this one where Symphogear users could fucking kill you.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Why not just go to any random city and start carpet bombing the densest areas of the population? It doesn't make sense for it to have anything to do with the killing other than to get into some aspect of the Symphogear users' psyche, headspace, some mechanics of their abilities or something like that.
Yep.
I'm really curious to see how they play that out, because it's something new from the stereotypical Symphogear encounter where they're like, no matter what happens here, we win. It's the, yes, I got the thing. That was it. I did it. I won. Now I'm out.
Yep.
It was a, oh, okay. The first time we tried our plan here, Kirika and Shirabe were badass, stopped the plan, and you have to leave. You failed. You did not just, we win no matter what. It's the, no, we lost, let's dip out. And then this one, they're like, okay, cool, we succeeded, now dip out, So it's pretty awesome.
Like, and the fact that we got all of this in the one episode, I am so happy.
Also setting up some exposition about the political situation with regards to the mummy being something that they don't want to have Song have, because then there's too much consolidated power with regards to relics and all that.
Which cool, because there was that bit at the end of the previous season where what's-his-face was like, maybe we need to start figuring out how to, get some super weapons of our own, and it's like, okay, that could be for sure scary.
Yeah. But the idea of the world stage being something that's kind of regularly talked about because we're about to have world scale level threats, not just at the very end, maybe when the villain does their, now I will destroy the world, but it's the, no. We're prepping to fight God, basically. So, yeah.
Another thing that kind of stood out to me, and I'm not sure whether this is I feel like this is probably affected by the high level of the animation of the fights, but I feel like I understand more easily the mechanics of how the antagonists fight very quickly without it needing to be explained. With the seasons 3 and 4, I feel like it wasn't as like clear cut sometimes. Like some of the auto scores in early season 3, like it's like, oh, okay, this is how it works. They have coins or or things like that. But with how quickly this episode moved with the fights that we got, and also showing the antagonists doing their thing, I don't know. I'm already a lot more invested in these antagonists than in the antagonists from season 3 and 4.
Well, yeah, I think the reason why that's also done is we've done a bit of the legwork in previous seasons to understand what alchemists can theoretically do.
Sure,
so the
that's a
idea
good
that
point.
they're doing a form of human transmutation and basically altering their form that's not entirely unassisted, meaning that it is something where the one with the cat ears is already a form of maybe some kind of, human transmutated creature or person of some kind. But they attached the thing to their tail or to their back like a tail so that they could then maybe transmute it because it would be connected to their body in some way. So there's some potential angles and where it's something that's limited to their physical body, meaning that their kind of transmutation isn't going to be some kind of spell attacks.
Right, they're not just like throwing different images, basically, like different spikes or
energy
blasts or
something
or
like that,
whatever.
yeah.
Right, it feels a lot more dynamic, I guess.
Oh, I was gonna say it feels like very like rigid in that it's like, oh, it's always a body part that's changing
Right.
or
yes,
what
it is.
have you.
It is a very easy to understand thing that then they end up using in dynamic ways as opposed to just spamming a ranged attack or something.
Right.
So cool, awesome.
Yep.
Here we are. And as far as like the emotional stakes for what's going on, yeah, we just traumatized Tsubasa.
Because the Symphogear users are so fucking strong at this point that they can't really lose.
Right.
The enemy has realized, no, we're weak. We need to do like little tactical shit where we're going to jump into the aircraft carrier. We're going to split you both up, then get you caught in a narrow hallway where your scythe doesn't work as well.
Which is
all these kinds of things where it's like, okay, we need to resort to cheap tricks in order to win. And you still lost to Kirika and Shirobei. Because their love is so fucking awesome.
That's
they're just like, yeah, we're going to work together.
I absolutely adore how, even though Kirika and Shirobei, throughout like the earlier parts of the show, because they were dependent on Linker, and like they weren't the main one of the season 2, antagonists and stuff, it's like they were always kind of like the
second
weakest.
Fiddle.
Yeah, they were second fiddle. They were the weakest of the Symphogear users. They'd get there as the early responders and then need to be saved and all that stuff. But now
constantly,
I think they might just straight up be like the best duo of the group. Like, because
what Hibiki and her fist is not like the best duo of the group.
Well, okay, Hibiki is a solo rules breaker kind of situation there, But like Tsubasa and Maria, Tsubasa and Maria, granted, they had a more difficult situation,
Oh, yeah, an impossible situation. They couldn't save
There's no way you could save the 100,000 people, right? But and the antagonists didn't necessarily have like a specific MacGuffin mummy thing that they need to retrieve, right? So it's maybe easier for them to defend it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. They Kirika and Shirobei seemed really like on point with their moves and everything, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all in all, another action-packed episode.
Yep.
Rip-roaring pacing. Felt like it was gone in a blip, so...
I felt excited about the fact that they were fighting Alkanoids, because even if we know they're going to beat them, we get to see the really fantastic ways in which they dispatch them, so awesome.
Yeah, I feel like the more and more Symphogear as the show goes on, there's little things that it gets right that it didn't necessarily have a good handle on in a previous season. And now that we've gone through 4 seasons thus far, there's a lot of these little things that have all added up to having a really good experience thus far. I feel like we're still setting ourselves up for once the antagonist starts talking, we're going to be like, okay.
It's a
right,
Transformers movie where it's like, oh, the cars aren't saying anything. This is great. Mystery and all this stuff. Oh, they're talking. Oh, well, okay,
yeah. All right. But yeah, there was some cool setup, I would say, also for where there could be some drama with Tsubasa post this in a way that is really cool that we're using this as another way to call back to season 1.
Right.
In terms of unresolved arcs in general, like Chris had hers from the previous season. That was a really good thing to kind of be like, oh yeah, Chris's stuff hasn't been fully resolved. Let's bring that back up again. Maria had some stuff as well that needs to be brought back up. But yeah, Tsubasa might be the next one, which means Hibiki's after her.
Yeah.
Like Hibiki has some stuff still. Like, So if this is the tone that will handle Tsubasa's stuff, imagine what Hibiki's going to be like.
I mean, that does make me a little bit worried for Miku, but no,
Miku is going to be a goddess. She is going to stand atop the world with her lover. And
exactly.
It's gonna be
if this is the kind of shit that 2 girls in love can accomplish with Kirika and Shirobei, imagine what it's going to be with Hibiki and Miku. It's just, the
God Slayer and the girl next door.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care how many nukes the U.S. launches. It won't mean shit, you know?
Nothing.
Yeah.
So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.